Hey everyone, welcome back to some more Warframe. In this episode, we're heading to the boss on Mars. We're finally going to move on in the solar system after this episode. But we're heading over there, and we're taking on the Sergeant on the node called War. So this is an assassination mission. Target is Sergeant Nef Anyo. The level of the enemies range from 10 to 12. And as you can see, Mag Prime is making an appearance again. She hasn't been in the series for a while, so it's about time we get her back into it. And as always, remember to leave a like. Every like does help me out a lot. Subscribe to join Sneaky Nation and never miss any more videos in the future. And I do hope you enjoy. Let's go get them. Infiltrated, here we go.
The VIP that we're hunting is here. Find them and take them out. Sergeant Nef Anyo oversees operations of the solar rails in this district. Intelligence reports indicate that Anyo has been using the rails to acquire recovered cryopods containing dormant warframes. Kill him and save your fellow Tenno.
Alright, so I typically like to have those story elements in with as little background noise as possible. They don't really show up too often in this game, but hopefully they will be getting added more quickly. Some of these upcoming updates, we'll have to see. I don't imagine it's going to be anytime soon.
Stockpiling the pods and selling them to the highest bidders. His clientele includes rogue scientists and splinter groups with nefarious intentions. They spotted you. Get ready for a fight.
And I want to try to use primarily the Sylvan Aegis here. Number one, because this hasn't been in the series for a while, and apparently that's just suicided, great. And number two, because it's one of the lowest level weapons I have, so I want to make this mission last as long as possible. I don't want to rush through it too fast, I guess is a better way of phrasing that. Because that's actually one reason why I'm doing this solo. Typically I like to have some Seekies join me for some videos, but unfortunately if I had people with me, they would just rush through this very quickly. This would be like a 2-minute video tops. That's not really the point I'm trying to make with this mission. So, this boss actually is very easy, even solo, even if you're the same level as him.
The bypass is done. Go.
Let's get rid of this damn camera. Alright, let's use the War Prime just until we get to Anyo. So no special strategy is really necessary for him. He's very easy to defeat once you get there. I haven't used Mag against him yet though, so it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. And I'm not really used to playing as Mag, period, because she hasn't been in the series for a while. That should be a good indication of that. And yes, we can't really understand his special language. The really unfortunate thing about these assassination missions is typically the enemies will actually come out in very, very large waves. So I can't really be too unpowered for this if I'm going to make it through it successfully. Speaking of which, the War Prime really hasn't been in the series very much recently either. I had it in the last video, I believe, before I uploaded this one. I think it was the last one. But I didn't actually use it, so that's not really the same thing. And if I were to use the War Prime against...
Looks like heavy activity ahead.
Against Anyo, he'd die very quickly, so we're not going to do that. I do have to say I kind of miss using a shotgun. Especially this one because it's such a rapid firing one. I don't really have a big need for the Oxygen, but I still want to kill this thing.
We've been locked out. Let's override the security.
There we go. Probably use her abilities when I'm thinking about it too. Good night. Oh, I don't know if you can tell, but I actually did some customization for the color of the Sylvan Aegis too. That's something I really haven't done. Like, I've done some customizing in the series for the Warframes, but I really haven't done very much for the actual weapons themselves. Really should start doing that.
Breach complete. We're free to proceed.
Let me show you how I change it. So, the yellow that's actually on this used to be black, so that's what I changed. I also made the fire a different shade of orange. That's not as noticeable, but still, looks pretty cool. I like it. Kind of try to match it up with Mag's whole color scheme here. Mag Prime, rather. Alright, here we go. Damn Maximus! See, that's what I'm talking about. Look at all these enemies. So many of them. Trying to protect their boss friend. Okay, so he's right in that room. We're gonna have to deal with him in a second. Let's clear all these enemies up so I don't get snuck up on. Here we go. So I know Crush is Mag's ultimate ability, but it's really not as good as Pull, at least not as far as I'm concerned. Especially considering it uses so much less energy, too. Alright, so the Boar Prime is now, unfortunately, out of ammo. Stuck with the Acolyto. Ugh. If you've been following the series, you know how much I hate these. Okay, so he's still got like a basic version of this boss. If you've been following the updates in Warframe, you know typically they'll actually update the bosses and make them more unique. But this is still basically a very standard version of him.
Get the jump on him.
Alright, time to Sylvan Aegis you! Get back here! It's probably gonna be really fast. Oh, okay, so he goes invisible. You have to deal with that a little bit. He's an Ash wannabe, apparently. Where'd he go? See, ideally I'd rather have a gun up because I can actually still follow his location. Or, actually rather, just see that little symbol there. That works too. So he's only level 12. It's not gonna be oh, look at this. So easy. Even if he's invisible, you can still hit him if you know where he is. It's right there. Where'd he go? Alright, let's try pull. So as you can see, you can actually pull him still. Let's do Crush on too. Nice! That finishes him off. So that was fairly easy. I mean, the other enemies were actually much stronger than he was.
Now get to extraction.
So that'll about do for this boss fight. Let's get to the extraction. And we made it. So the rewards for actually completing that boss fight include the Saturn Nav segment, so we can actually go to Saturn now, which is the way they've set it up since the update 14, I believe it was, where they changed it so that those segments unlock the planets. But anyways, the main reason to actually go and fight Mr. Anyo is because he drops the blueprints for Mag, which also makes this an even more appropriate episode for Mag to appear and go fight him herself. So you can go farm the regular Mag blueprints from him. He drops the helmet, which we just got here, also the chassis and the systems. You need all three of those, as well as the blueprint from the market, and then you can build yourself a Mag Warframe. Alright, and that went pretty well. That could actually be a decent type of mission to go level up if you just fight the enemies before the boss fight, but generally speaking, not really something you go to for that. And we didn't really pick up much, but that wasn't really much of a boss fight anyway. I mean, he was very easy to take down even solo, even though I'm not maxed out or have all the proper mods on or anything. So he's a really easy boss, and he's only, I guess, a standard version of what he likely will be in a later update. They've changed a few bosses, like they changed Vahak, and they also changed Vor, I know, since I started playing the game anyway. So I'm looking forward to him updating eventually. I think the next one that's actually going to
there's a time-limited
is the one that's on Uranus, who drops Ash's blueprints. So hopefully he'll be changing soon too. Ideally before we get to him, so we won't have to see the standard version. Anyway, Seekies, thanks so much for watching as always. Be sure to leave a like. Every like does help me out a lot. And subscribe to join Sneaky Nation. That way you don't have to miss any more videos ever again in the future. And I will see you next time.